Hi YouTube, my name's Anthony Journey.
You're not a bodybuilder? Well, that's what my first girlfriend said to me when I started training. I didn't let it put me off, but it did hurt my feelings. When I say it hurt my feelings, it made me feel a bit angry towards her because she didn't know what she's talking about. So I was determined to prove her wrong. I made a choice at that point. My choice was to go all out to prove that she was wrong, because that would make me right, and I felt that that's what I needed to do. So I researched and I found out any person that picks up weights and decides I'm going to change the shape of my body by using these weights, that person can call themselves a bodybuilder. As I was training, I was happy with the gains that I was getting over the years, with the help of good diet and supplements. In regards to supplements, I was using whey protein powder, which was pretty expensive, and a couple of other fantastic chemicals that were legal at the time. One was called frac, that was short for a very long medical word, and that gave me energy like speed. And a little bit later on, I tried a thing called Ripped Freak. Yes, it was actually called that, and that stuff made me speedy, and it had a real crash afterwards. And the other one that I was using was called creatine. Creatine is much more commonly used, and as far as I know, it's still legal. So at the time, I chose to use supplements even though I knew that they might not necessarily be good for me. But that's what I wanted to do. That was my choice. And of course, with all choices come consequences. I was actually offered anabolic steroids on a couple of occasions. I turned that down. They were very expensive, and also I was quite concerned about health problems that might come from them. There were guys in the gym that had miraculous gains over relatively short periods of time, and so many of us gym goers were skeptical. And there was even one time when I walked into the changing room and a trainer was giving a quote vitamin C quote injection into one young guy's butt. I didn't comment at that time. I certainly didn't say, "Here's my butt, give me some too." That's not my cup of tea. So, after this kind of story that I've been telling you guys, I guess there's some people who might be wondering, what kind of results did I actually get for all of the years that I did the training? Well, I'll show you a few pictures here. These pictures were taken when I was about 42. So I'm quite pleased with the results, and certainly the training has meant that I have residual muscle memory. So if I decide if I want to get back into my training, fairly quickly I can get back into reasonable shape. The great thing, I guess the legacy of all the training that I've done is the fact that I'm now nearly 50, and I have been told that I have a somewhat athletic body. I'm quite pleased about that, especially that I don't do much physical exercise these days other than running around at work during my day job. To draw things to a close, I have been going on about choice. Choice is very important in our lives. If somebody chooses to do bodybuilding, that is quite a choice, quite an undertaking. If they want to be serious, it's going to involve thousands of hours of training, rigorous diet, and potentially giving up on some of the more fun activities that one's mates might be doing. This is the journey that I went through. So one thing's important to know, that when you're doing your training, even if your diet is right, you're sleeping enough, because sleep is really important, and you're taking the right supplements, and you're training frequently, you still got to know this. If you're going to train hard, you're going to be tired. So after you train, you might find that you're a bit tired and you're a bit sore. So one thing that I learned from my life is my mates certainly didn't appreciate it. Every time they asked me out, I'd say, "Oh, sorry guys, I'm a bit tired," or I've got an injury. I collected quite a few of those in my life. All right then. That's about it for now.
Hi YouTube, my name's Anthony Journey. This is the very first video that I have made for YouTube. I have plans for plenty more, but I just needed to make it happen. So today I decided, let's do it. This was a simple video montage completed using Movavi Video Editor Plus. I bought myself some new software to make this happen, made a small investment, and this is the first step. See you next time.